Hey guys, and welcome into the garage. Today we're taking a look at Alex Bowman's 2022 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 NASCAR Next-Gen kit from Salvino's JR Models. The 124 scale full detail kit. Just got released within the last couple of weeks, and it is the fourth of the Chevrolet Camaro Next-Gen kits to be released. Number three of four Hendrick kits to get released. We're still waiting on Willie Byron's. That should be next. And it is today's What's in the Box. And getting started with the body, and you can see it is molded in white. And take a look at parts tree F, which is the hood and the low downforce spoiler. First, take a look at the hood. See, it has the roof flaps and the vents engraved, as well as hood pins. And the low downforce spoiler, which on the real car is a clear Lexan piece, as well as a solid piece, and they just went ahead and molded it as one solid piece. You can see that lower piece there is the black solid, and the top part there would be Lexan. Now we're getting started with parts tree B, which is going to be the flat bottom underside with the diffuser. And then everything will build, the rest of the roll cage and stuff will build up on top of it. I think mine's parts tree is a little warped. Here, I think this is part of the dash, a gauge cluster, or the instrument panel. The digital dash piece. Here we have the fuel filler neck and the vent tube, vent hose. And I believe these pieces here are duct pieces, vent pieces. And then here we have the seat, which is a two-piece seat. And this is the headrest that'll mount on top of it. I'm not sure what that piece is there. And now take a look at parts tree C, which has more chassis pieces, the wheels. And here are two-piece wheels. So here we have the window net. It's like the oil pan, pedals, the radiator with the fan, the other small window net. Looks like the radiator grill's two-piece. Radiator's two-piece. The rear wheel wells. Here, more bits. I'm not exactly sure what these pieces are for. I think that might be, yeah, I'm not even going to guess. I don't know. And then the two-piece wheels. The opening in the center, so you'll have the center lug basically that will go in through the center and then attach the wheels to the brake rotors. Now taking a look at parts tree A, which is going to be the engine and suspension parts tree. Frame parts tree, a little bit of... So here we have some suspension control arms here on the right. These are going to be bracing for the frame. They have spindles and more arms, control arms down here, I believe. And there is the engine. Yeah, the valve covers, the headers, the block. Here we have more suspension pieces. We have the strut springs, coilovers, the coil packs, And now taking a look at parts tree G, which is more parts for various pieces. We have more frame chassis pieces, roll cage pieces, engine pieces. So up here we have the rear transaxle, pulley system, two sets of pulleys, belts, the brake rotors here. As you can see, what the wheels are going to slip onto there are attached to the brakes. That's what I remember. So it'll be kind of nice to have wheels off display too. And here we have part of the the chassis frame, one of the impact bars. I'm not sure if it's front or rear. Here we have the headers, steering wheel. Here, another one of the impact bars, and another piece of the roll cage chassis frame. I don't remember exactly what piece it is. I'm still learning the new car as well. That's actually what that piece is for just yet. Now moving on to parts tree D, which has more of the roll cage and chassis frame pieces. Here we have more just frame pieces. Not really quite sure what those go, where they go yet, but they're for the roll cage basically. The rear panel piece is going to go over the rear of the car, so I can't think of what it is. Here we have the rear bulkhead for the roll cage interior. It's going to be, if you're looking back towards it from the front. Again, here more pieces, fuel cell. And over here will be the firewall. I'm getting a couple other pieces for the roll cage. And now we're going to look at parts tree E, which has the rest of the roll cage frame pieces. So here we have the top bar, top roll cage bars. Mine's kind of came loose a little bit off. The left and right side of the roll cage are the intrusion panel pieces. Another roll bar piece there. I'm not sure what that piece is going to be. And here we have the transmission, or the prop shaft tunnel. It's not a drive shaft tunnel, it's a prop shaft tunnel. That's what that is. And as well as some of the front the frame pieces. I think this is the front. And then here we have another roll bar, the fire suppression bottles. Here's a look at the inside of those. Now we're going to take a look at the clear parts tree. First we have the front window with the vent opening in there. We have the rear window with the rear window vents. And we have the side window, the front vent window, the rear quarter windows. And here we have one choice of the other choice for the spoiler. This is going to be the high downforce spoiler. So you'll have to paint the lower section of it. And the shark fins here, two-piece, which is nice. Glad nice they did it in two pieces compared to Revell, who did it in the one piece. And now we're going to take a look at the blank sidewall roundy rounds, which is perfectly fine. They need to be blank in this case. So we have the Goodyear race slicks. They're definitely going to need some sanding. Other than that, there we go. Now we're going to turn our attention to the decal sheets, and there are 3 of them. And we're going to start with this one, the smallest one, and this is going to be for the taillight panel. So you don't have to paint it black. You can just use the decals, and they've cut it up in 3 pieces, which is which is probably going to work and help it not wrinkle and just be a lot easier to apply, being in 3 pieces and one big decal trying to cover all the curves of that panel. So you have the top part, the bumper part. This is probably going to be on the top part of the bumper. And what I like to call the detail decal sheet. You have the grills, headlight, tail lights, the side skirt decals, the window trim decals, camera pod, grill decal, and now the main livery decal sheet, which looks pretty good, nice, colorful. One thing I want to point out right away that I'm noticing, which I'm really liking what I'm seeing, is a little cutout here on the roof number. You have the 2 cutouts, one for the roof camera pod and one of the antennas. So that's going to make it so much easier applying the roof decal. I hope this is going to be what they're going to be doing moving forward. on all the next kits they do. Good job if they do that, because that's really nice. I like that. So that, my friend, is going to do it for this look at the Alex Bowman Ally number 48, 2022 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 NASCAR Next Gen kit from Salvino's JR Models. And you betcha, if you want to get yourself some color match paint, Jameson Scalefinishes is carrying all the Salvino's paints for all the Salvino's kits, including the new NASCAR kits, the current ones. Don't forget to use Pedon's 10 at checkout to save yourself 10% off your order. So that, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.